exciting plant news. My Monstera kicked off 2 new leaves, and my lime tree is starting to grow a new branch.
Lime?
My lime tree, hold on. She's right here. Actually, for those who are listening on audio, I'm panning to the left. There's my lime tree.
I love her.
She's doing really well. I thought I killed her last year, but she survived.
Life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Bought some plant lights, like grow lights, because it's winter.
Yes.
And I brought a pothos cutting from my one at my office that gets great light and is doing really well. And it got moldy, which I didn't know. Not the plant, the dirt.
The water. Oh, the dirt. That happens sometimes if it's too wet.
And I think it also wasn't getting enough light because I had it like up on top of something.
Oh yeah.
And so
this is gross. I've had my dirt grow mushrooms before, and I was like, what the
interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, let me tell you, I'm a trial and error plant mom. This is my biggest rookie mistake ever. I accidentally fried 2 of my plants because I tried to give them plant food, and I didn't dilute it enough. And so I fully zapped. I did save. She's actually sitting in the window over here.
Yes.
I have a pink anthurium that I've actually divided several times. So like the mother plant is still like fine. But one of the babies, I zapped, but she had grown up tall enough that I could cut off a node and some like leaves. And so I stuck her in water to try and get her to come back. And then my polka dot begonia, I did the same thing to it, and I chopped off the tops of it, and it's now in that Coke bottle. So it's growing roots again. So we did save it, but I did have a moment when I was like, rookie mistake, Collins. Like, what are you doing, sister?
I did get some plant food. I don't know. I also should probably water my plants today because it's actually kind of been a minute.
It's watering plant day for me. So.
Yeah. And I have another pothos cutting that is in water in my kitchen right now that I'm trying to get to root. But I think it's going to take a while because the light is just lower.
Yeah.
And also the last one, even though the plant was thriving, like the mother plant, the last cutting that I took from it that is now moldy, took weeks to root, which I was surprised by. It took a really long time. It eventually did though, but
there you go. There's a really beautiful plant room here in Springfield that is the coolest store ever, and I am about to get so many more plants from them. I just went recently. I got a giant snake plant, so now I had like tons of little snake plants, but I fully just sent it and bought a big one. And I just got a philodendron micans too, which is they look like dark green and velvety. So anyways, I'm so excited. I love plants, and so I need to harvest. My parents have like a full greenhouse of plants. They have a sunroom that just becomes a greenhouse in the wintertime, and I need to they have tons of banana trees. I need to take a banana tree. That'd be fun.
Like an actual banana tree?
Like an actual banana tree. Yep.
No, my mic is falling off the table. Okay, everything's fine.
It's the episode of errors. We're fine.
Right, should we get this
yes,
party started?
on that planty note, welcome to Tell Me About It, a podcast by SLPs for everybody, including our plants. So today it's getting close to Christmas, so we are going to talk about what's on our SLP Christmas list, because we are both SLPs who don't like to spend money, and I do push off buying materials to my loved ones. So
yeah, love that. Yeah, you and I, when we worked together, we were both like the resource raccoons. Like we would go around and scavenge from like other teachers that were giving stuff away. Like, what can we get for free and not have to spend any money on? Which on a school SLP budget / a private practice owner who's literally just starting out and barely clearing expenses, right? It's
taken us a long way. It has taken me very far in life. Some of my favorite games that I've ever gotten have been donated, gifted, or like harvested out of a teacher's like get rid of pile. So
yeah, I agree. I've gotten some really fun stuff. Also, do you have Cricky? Or no?
Cricky? Oh no, we left her.
Did we leave her? Okay.
We did. We did.
First generation cricket.
Oh, let me tell you, how hard did we resource raccoon? We got ourselves a first generation cricket.
Yeah, like literally, it was.
We left
20
her
years old. Actually,
it was so old, and she worked.
Yeah, but it sounded old. Like it was that crazy thing of like when you turn it on, it sounded like a dial-up It sounded like it was about to launch into space, but it worked.
It did.
And we had a couple cartridges for it, made some cool bulletin boards. But yeah.
Truly.
And we did affectionately name her Cricky.
Absolutely.
But yeah. All right. What is on the top of your SLP
top of my SLP Christmas list? I had it at my last school. I don't have it now. Don't Break the Ice. It is truly one of my favorite games, and I miss it. I think there is so many good skills that can come from Don't Break the Ice, including but not limited to impulse control.
Yeah, for real.
However, pro tip to the SLPs who hate Don't Break the Ice, I have a cloth, like a giant checkerboard that's made out of like woven material, and I put it underneath the board game so it doesn't clatter as loud. Highly recommend. But I don't Break the Ice anymore, and that was like a staple last year for me, was this game, and it was
You got
constantly
a
in rotation.
lot of mileage out of that game.
I did, and I miss it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that little mat that you have because I was playing Connect 4 with a student the other day, and when you like reset it, it's so loud. It's just this like cacophony. And I thought about that little, it's like a little, it's like a throw blanket, but
it's kind of
small.
like a throw blanket. Yeah, it's like 2x2. And it's got checkers on one side, it's got giant tic-tac-toe on the other. And it comes with giant checker pieces. Got it at Cracker Barrel. My grandmother got that at Cracker Barrel when I was a child, and now once again, Resource Raccoon harvested it when she was moving houses. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take this. And so yeah, Cracker Barrel.
Love. Yeah, I need to get, actually, I have my Amazon pulled up over here.
Heck yeah.
For those who are listening. And as we're talking, I'm going to like look up something similar so that I'll just have like a cloth mat to
You could probably get like a carpet remnant.
That's true. I could probably get one for really cheap. Let's see here. Yeah, these are all like dish mats. Honestly, a dish mat.
Not a bad idea.
Would probably work really well. Yes. Don't Break the Ice is a really fun one. Something that I have enjoyed seeing is like fun variants on these classic games. I feel like I saw one recently for Don't Break the Ice. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeti and My Spaghetti, I feel like, is a different version of the same concept, which is thing on top of something, pull it out, don't let it fall.
Yeah.
And it looks so fun.
Oh, no, I remember what it was. It was this game you put like kinetic sand in.
Oh.
And it's a little bit, let me see. Kinetic sand, Don't Break the Ice. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. But if I see the ad for it again, I will send it to you because I don't know why I didn't send it to you as soon as I saw it, because I thought of you right when I saw it. It was this, it's like you put the kinetic sand in the top and then you pull out like little things from underneath. So it's like a quicksand concept.
Oh, that's cool. No, that's really cool. Okay, that's right up my alley.
I know. Well, because you were kinetic sand queen last year too.
Still am, and this time I have tile, so I don't have to vacuum after every child. I just sweep it up. It's so nice.
I have some kinetic sand stuff, but I don't have the actual sand. I like bought containers to keep it in and stuff, and then just have not bought the sand yet. But that's okay. I've been vibing with what I currently have too. I know I took a screenshot of this. I'm trying to find it.
You're good.
Now is also maybe not the time. Okay, I'll find it and send it to you. This is not a game.
Okay.
But something, and I don't know, this is a little bit like of a variant of this question. I think that I'm going to be a Scrubs girly.
I love that
switch
for
to
you.
Scrubs.
I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, and so I have SLPs know this. We're on the floor a lot and we have like messy play and fun crafts and like all kinds of things, but also there's some like bodily fluids involved too in this job. Kids have potty accidents.
I did get fully like drooled on the other day. I was playing with a child who's very common. And in order to get his sounds, he would like Superman for a little bit, fully right
Yeah.
on my chest. And I was like, that's, I did it to myself, really. But I wish I would have had scrubs in that moment because I was wearing a sweatshirt. So,
and that's the thing, like, even if you don't, because like I don't know if I would bring like a second set of scrubs to work with me to change into. Like, I don't think that's where I'm going with this, but just having something that it's like, if I get ink from dot markers on this, or if I get
you
a
mean
whole bunch
like
of
this?
spit. Yes.
You mean like this? Oh.
Francie's gesturing to a stain on the sweatshirt she's wearing.
A legitimate marker stain on this sweatshirt that I've now had to like reallocate to being a home sweatshirt because I was too much fun with markers, guys.
Yeah. I have totally like, I have some clothes that have just become like at home clothes because they've gotten stained or ripped from working with kids. I often think about the time, this was during my CF year when I was in early childhood SLP. I discovered that a kid had had an accident because I knelt in a puddle of pee.
Ooh,
and I wished in that moment that I was not wearing jeans. So
so
I've been thinking about that, and as I was cleaning up a puddle of bubble solution off my floor the other day, I was like, maybe I should get some scrubs. So I think I'm going to do that, but because I don't have a full-time caseload right now. And so I think when I get up to a full-time caseload, that's going to be my reward for myself is I can buy a set of really nice scrubs. And I also really want a vest and a jacket that have my name and credentials on them, because I think that would be a really sweet SLP gift for myself.
Absolutely.
But Santa, if you're listening, I would also like some Figs scrubs. Or another brand. They don't have to be Figs.
Totally derailing, but you'll think this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Our school does Christmas door decorating contests, and one of our sped teachers, who's kind of in the main hallway, has their door decorated ginormous, taking up like both sides of the hallway, all the way up to the ceiling, like Santa's workshop. And she brought a broken security camera from home and stuck it outside her door. And she has told all the kids that Santa is watching through this camera. So you better be on your best behavior. And it has been the funniest thing to see the little kids like slowly walk and like peer up at the camera, or like be running and then come to a dead stop in front of this door and then walk and then continue to run.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Santa, for monitoring the children's behavior in the hallways.
Yeah, a lot of our Christmas traditions are pretty fear-based.
Big time. Yeah. If I see one more video of a child crying over elves losing their magic,
What is your opinion on Elf on the Shelf? How do you feel about that guy?
Can I be for real?
Yeah, please.
For families who make it fun and creative, I think it's fun and creative. But for family who's make it fear-based, like, girl, are you tired? I'm tired for you. We did, I think I've told you this before. We grew up so Catholic that we did like our own Catholic iteration of Elf on the Shelf before it was cool.
You did?
Yes. We had an advent calendar that like it was the box and all the days and stuff like that. And my mom would say that it was Ignatius, after Saint Ignatius. Ignatius the elf would come in and give little gifts throughout, like and so every morning we'd wake up and there was like a Hershey Kiss in like one of the boxes, or like a bouncy ball, like very small things.
That's cute.
But it was always so exciting. But yeah, Saint Ignatius.
Were you afraid of Saint Ignatius?
No, because I went to it. No, are you ready for this? This is how much, man, I should really sit down with a therapist about this. I ended up going to a Jesuit school who was created by Saint Ignatius of Loyola. So anyways, shout out to the Jesuits, ? And also my mom, Paula. But so she did Elf on the Shelf before it was, but there was no like physical representation. And so it was just kind of like the box would show up and like little trinkets would be left inside situation.
That's cute. We had my family was not Catholic, but we had an Advent calendar that was just, well, we weren't Catholic, we were Protestant, and so we had a set of 25 Christmas ornaments that would walk you through the Christmas story. And every night, my dad would gather us all around the Christmas tree and read from the Bible. And it was, as a child, the most boring experience ever. Because we would just sit there and like, just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was from the regular Bible. It wasn't from the kids' Bible. And so even though now as an adult, I can see what they were trying to do, I was like, I get that this was like supposed to be like family time and like instilling this tradition and stuff. As a kid, like I remember my brothers like couldn't sit through it, and it was and so then it turned into like we gotta sit still,
and
like,
now somebody's yelling, like,
and now somebody's yelling. And so I didn't know until much later that some people were getting gifts in their advent calendars, and we were just getting stupid ornaments that we hang on the tree.
No, we do that, and then we had they were not, I don't know what they were. My family is also Czech, and so my dad had these ornaments that were made by his grandmother that were like like it's the cross stitching, but it's on like the reinforced frame. And they look like little Santas, and but they could open their mouths because of the reinforced frame. And so he like you would get like a little like something from the advent calendar, and then we'd run over to the Christmas tree because they were ornaments, and so we'd check the little mouths of all the little Santas if there was like extra little like goodies in there. It was very magical. I have to give them major credit. It was very magical as a child.
Yes. Yeah, I can definitely appreciate what my parents were trying to do, and I think that it was a sweet tradition. Tough to get 4 kids to sit and listen.
It's tough to get 4 kids to sit. Period.
It's tough to get 4 kids to sit, especially like during the Christmas season when we're all.
I know your siblings, and I can just imagine
you
brothers had a very hard time sitting.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, I think I realized later on, I was like, wait, some of these advent calendars have candy in them. What the heck?
What do you mean?
We didn't get candy.
Oh my gosh.
Where was our jam advent calendar? I want a different jam.
Right.
Every day.
So anyways, TLDR, I'm not big on elves on the shelves, but that's because I am. Some people do it.
Oh yeah, that's how we started talking about this.
I'm not that creative, and I forget a lot of things, and so elves are just going to be a really fast way for me to disappoint my children. So.
Yeah. No, I think about the parents that I know that do a creative elf on the shelf thing, and they change it every day. I am so impressed.
I am, and that exhausts me. So good for you guys.
That's fair.
I'm not that person, and I love that for everybody else.
I know you'll have to think about how you're going to explain Elf on the Shelf and Santa and stuff to your future children.
So
Saint
Ignatius. I'm not even Catholic anymore, but Saint Ignatius coming around too. Okay, you get a drawer and a treat.
I love that actually. They'll go to school and they're like, "Oh, I got this from Saint Ignatius."
Saint Ignatius.
The other kids are like, "What?
Who?" Oh my gosh.
I did work with a kid that had an elf on the shelf, and she loved her elf, and it was a really big part of their Christmas at home. And part of it is you get the elf and then you get to name it. You get to like give it a name. She named hers Branch.
That's awesome.
Branch. Branch. And I loved that. Loved it.
I'm sorry, that's so funny.
And I remember I worked with this kid for a couple of years, and so every Christmas when it would roll around, I was like, is Branch here yet? And we would talk about Branch, and it was great.
I love the things that kids name things.
Yes, kids naming stuff is awesome.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Have I told you? Sorry, we're totally tangenting now.
Yeah, it was. That's okay.
Have I told you my kindergarten speech greeting story about the kid with the chicken? Have I told you the story?
No, I don't.
Okay, trigger warning, swear words. We were doing kindergarten speech greetings at the very beginning of the year, doing them in mass or whatever, and I had this kid, and on the screener, you got a whole bunch of pictures, one of which was a rooster looking for, initial and final R. And I sit down with this kid, who's doing great, by the way, knows every picture, sounds awesome. So I had zero concerns for this child. So when we come to rooster, and they go, chicken, I was like, you're really close. Do you know the name for a boy chicken? And this child goes, I do. And I said, oh, share it with me. And they go, bastard. And I said, you have a really mean chicken at home, don't you? And he goes, oh, yeah.
I'm so glad you made that connection immediately.
Oh, yeah. I said, that must be what your parents call your very mean rooster at home. And he was like, uh-huh. He's so mean. He chases us. And I was like, yeah.
That is so funny.
I love kids. I love working with kids.
We love working with kids. That story actually reminds me that the last episode I uploaded, I forgot to cut out or like bleep over swear words.
Here we are.
I not only forgot to do that, I also didn't mark the episode as explicit. So hopefully we don't get in trouble for that. But
it's just, who knows? We're just girls living. So
I'm literally just a girl. How can I be expected?
How can I be expected to do these things? Christmas.
All right. Yeah.
Back to Christmas.
What else is on your Christmas SLP list?
My co-SLP just got this for herself as her like SLP Christmas present, and now I want one. She got a minifig tree. It's like, and she got it from an SLP company called Speech Tree, and it's so cool. And so she's got this little wooden tree, and she's got tons of little figures on it, and it comes with like a question set, so you can work on categories or descriptions or like so many things with this teeny little tree that has a bunch of little funky stuff on it. It has been the coolest little thing to see. And also I just enjoy like looking at a bunch of little, I'm such a crow of a human being. Like you put something shiny in front of me and I'm like, ooh. So I've been looking at all of her tiny little things. I'm like, I love these. These are so cool.
Yeah. I do like a material that is made by SLPs for other SLPs.
Okay.
We use a ton of games for speech therapy that are not originally like intended to be used as speech therapy materials. And it works great. We're very creative and can, but like it is really nice when you're like an SLP made this and it just becomes even that much more like plug and play, which cuts down on planning time, and it's going to be quality, it's going to get it's going to target the skill you want to target. And I have in my Etsy wish list a bunch of Speech Tree Co. like minis. I those are so fun.
They're so fun. I love
stuff with
you
them.
can do so much. I love a box of stuff therapy activity. Trish, actually, our former counselor, gave me her box of stuff when she was leaving.
Yes. Wait, yes.
Because that's how I got 3 mini bottles of wine.
Yes, the purity juice.
Yeah, the purity juice. And I'm telling you, after removing the purity juice and the mini cocktails, I love that thing. It's quite literally just a box of stuff. There's like army men in there and some rocks, and like it turns into the best language task of being like, what's in this box? Let's talk about it.
I do actually have I bought this last year and used it a little bit at school, but it's this it is kind of just a bag of mini objects at this point, but it's got dinosaurs, it has cars, it has food and sports balls, like little miniature sports balls and farm animals and stuff. And so that's really great for pretend play and also for naming things. I bought it because one of the teachers we worked with last year had a really similar version. And so I bought my own like copy on Amazon, I think. But the one that they had at school also had
it in the big crayon. Is it in the colored crayons?
No, it was just in the box that it came in. So it was pretty like nondescript. But they came with these like bingo mats that you can like match.
I know what you're talking about now. Yes.
Yeah. Which I don't ever really use that because personally I don't think matching is like I don't know. I think we can move on pretty quickly from matching.
Yeah.
So
I don't stay on matching for long.
No, it's not that functional of a skill, in my opinion. But hers also had a set of mini clothes. So it had like a little shoe, it had a little tiny pair of pants, and like a little tiny pair of glasses and stuff. And I really like that because that's very functional. So and that's I was using that with my like kind of life skills, functional skills kiddos, and those were fun. But yeah, I could probably just recreate that by getting some like doll clothes and putting that in there. That could be cool. But yeah, I love my bag of like miniature.
Love my bag of things.
I'm scrolling through my my Amazon wish list here, and this may be controversial, but I want one of those cactuses that dances and repeats everything.
Okay, that is very controversial. Tell me why.
My idea for it is to increase verbal back and forth.
Like reciprocity or whatever.
Reciprocity. Yeah. And so, or as a break item, as a toy for like older kids that just think it's funny.
I think it's silly.
But for my beginning communicators who are maybe using a lot of nonverbal communication strategies like pointing or reaching or hand leading, and we're working on increasing verbal output, I think that could be a really fun and motivating way to kind of teach that, like, hey, when you make a noise, something makes a noise back at you, and you have to keep the flow going. I think it could be kind of fun. And it's a fun like cause and effect toy too. And those are always good to have. But I know I am not big on toys that make noise in speech therapy. I'm not big on toys that make noise in general. But that is one that I'm kind of like, actually, I think that little dancing could be a fun addition. And it's $27.99 on Amazon right now. So.
There we go. This is a really cheap one that I just need to pull the trigger on. I need a plain deck of cards. I have some older kids that I just need to do like Go Fish with, or like really plain deck of cards. I love card games, and like Uno's a great game when we're working on social skills, specifically gracious losing. Sometimes the life skill is learning how to lose. And I love card games. Yeah, and deal with disappointment. Anyways, I've been really in the mood to play like Go Fish and like other like actual card games. But this is crazy. I took a picture of it. It was so crazy. Maybe I'll post it on our Instagram. I found a deck of cards in my office that had been left by a previous SLP. I gotta pull up the picture because I don't think people would believe me. It was the most whack deck of cards I have ever dealt with in my entire life. It only had 2 aces, 1 of spades, 1 of clubs, 3 twos, 2 clubs, 1 spade, a full set. No, not even. 4 threes, 2 hearts, a club, and a spade. And then it gets up to, I had like 7 sevens. And I was like, what is happening right now? Like I was trying to play it with my first like set of kids, and we were playing Go Fish, and they got like a match. And I was like, those colors aren't right. Why do you have 4 black threes? Like that doesn't make any sense. And it was, I was like, okay, whatever. We moved on from it. I had a break in between my next session. I just like sat down and counted out the cards. First of all, there was only 42 of them. So we were missing a whole bunch.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And like we had repeats. It was the weirdest thing I have ever dealt with. I thought I was getting pranked. I was like, what is happening in this speech room on this day?
Did they all match? Like it was 2 like identical card decks that had been like,
I don't know. Because on top of that, like we didn't have full, like we only had 2 of one card, but like 7 of another. So like I don't know if they just got mixed over the years or something like that.
It has to have been.
I don't know, but I need a new deck of cards.
Yeah. And this really just goes to show how cheap I truly am. Our first year working together, we both inherited a ton of materials that were just, they lived at the school. And I had a deck of cards it was maybe like 36 cards. Like it was missing a ton of them, but it was enough that you could kind of play war. And so I would kind of play war with some of the kids. But it was missing so many cards. And so that's really the only game you could play, because that's just like who has the higher number, you know?
Yeah, right.
And I just never bought another deck of cards. I think they're literally $3 at Walmart.
Yeah, I just need to do that.
Yeah. No, but I'm right there with you. I will either forget, or some things I'm just like, I refuse to spend money on that. I'm not doing it. But I am trying to get past that, refusing to spend money on things, because
my life would be better if I did.
Yes, it's good to be frugal, but it's also good to have nice therapy materials that aren't gross or 30 years old. So
true. In the similar vein, I found a Western aphasia battery in my office when I was cleaning it out. Yeah, copyright 1970. It's gonna be my white elephant gift for our SLP Christmas party.
That's awesome.
This episode comes out after this, so I'm not worried about
Perfect. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Western aphasia bad? That is only for adults, isn't it?
Yes, 18 up. Why is it in elementary
Why
school?
is it in an
No
elementary
idea.
school? That doesn't
I
make
have
any
so many
sense.
questions. I think it is so funny.
Oh my gosh. Something I've been really into lately, and I have a few of these already, but I want to get so many more. The Melissa and Doug food
Oh,
set.
yes. Anything Melissa and Doug has my whole heart.
Love Melissa and Doug.
Mhm.
If you are not familiar, they're these like colorfully painted, decorated, like mostly wooden, like a lot of wood and plastic toy sets. And
Mhm.
they're really cute. They're really like open-ended and very functional. So I have a pasta set that's super
Mhm.
fun. And I have juice bottles from them that are great. I have one patient that loves to feed babies, so the juice
Ugh.
bottles are good for that. And I also have a train from them, like a little magnetic,
Mhm. 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 I
kind of classic
love
train.
I love wooden toys.
Me too.
I think they're so whimsical.
Yeah.
And I need more of that in my life.
Yeah, and I think they do. I don't know. They tend to be more durable,
Oh, big
honestly.
time. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I've seen a wooden train set get chucked and it's
Yeah.
fine. And I love that.
Yeah. And that's why, yeah, they're also pretty easy to find used because they hold up so well.
So well.
So I need to get actually some train tracks for my
Mhm.
train. I only have
Actually,
the
the
train.
next words out of my mouth were, "I want a wooden train track set." I've got a really big floor space now, and I just know I would have kids who just ate up doing trains.
Yeah.
Um, mhm.
There's on my wish list on Amazon, Santa, if you're listening, there's a taco set, Melissa and Doug taco set, a sushi set,
Oh,
and
stop it.
a pizza set. And the pizza one I've actually played with before because one of the libraries in the area has one in their kids section. And there's a student I used to see at the library for speech. And I've played with this exact pizza set and it's great because it comes with fake money, it comes with toppings. You can do
I'm sorry, I'm
so
looking at
many-
the sushi set. Sushi's my favorite food ever, and so I
Yes,
was like, "I have to go see this." Oh
the
my
sushi set
gosh.
is so cute.
That's precious. It has little chopsticks. Stop it.
Yes. And it comes with like a giant like fish cleaver.
That's awesome.
I know, but that's great. And yeah, I think these are really great for like, yes, functional language for sure, beginning communicators, but also older kids with imaginative play, narrative retell. Like if you can get a
Oh,
story going with some of this and then retell what just happened, following directions, new, like introducing new vocab. I mean, really it's endless what you
yeah.
can do with food sets.
Mhm.
And it tends to be really functional because everybody eats food. So
Everybody eats.
there you go.
Mhm.
Also a doctor set. I think that
Oh,
would be good for
classic.
body parts and
Mhm.
all of that kind of.
Yeah.
And again, like all of the other stuff that I just named too. So I think that would be fun. My problem is I do have an office space, but I already have kind of filled up the cabinet that I have in there because I just have one. It's a wardrobe that I bought from IKEA that I'm using as a toy cabinet. And because it's a wardrobe, it doesn't have that many shelves. So I've
Mhm.
kind of already filled up all the shelves and I need to like figure out a way to add another one.
Do you have a hanging bar?
Mhm.
Have you thought about getting a shoe organizer?
That's smart. I should do that.
That's my gift to you today is shoe
That's
organizer.
very smart. I should
Mhm.
totally, because I was thinking about how to utilize the hanging bar. I don't
Mhm.
have it attached in there right now because I was like, I don't know how to make this work.
That's how I have my yarn organized at home. I have like a closet that I put all my crafting supplies in, and there's not enough shelves for me to put, like, yarn, so I got a shoe organizer that I'm just, like, stuck yarn in.
Shoe organizer is also on my SLP wish list
There we
now.
go.
Because I did think about using a lot of my tests came with like bags that have straps, like carrying cases. And I was like, what if I just hang my tests from this? But they're so heavy.
They're so heavy.
And so if I hung all of them on there, I'm a little worried about like the structural integrity of this super cheap IKEA wardrobe that I bought to
Mhm.
keep stuff in. Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. Way to go, France.
I have a good one every once in a while.
You have good ones a lot. All right, what else you got?
Let's see here. What are other things that I've been wanting? I have been wanting some like obstacle course stacking stone situations or like balance stones if you've seen those. I've got so much space in my room now, which I love. No windows, but that's okay. We're moving up in the world. Um, and so I have so much space and I have so many kids who are so active that I need something to like and we need to put this energy somewhere. I also need a crash pad. Let me be so for real. This one's not a cheap one, but I need a crash pad. My Big Joe beanbag is hanging on by a thread
Yeah.
from kids trying to crash into my Big Joe beanbag. So shout out to Big Joe. He gets beat up on the daily. Um, and he's looking a little flat right now. So new crash pad and some like good gross motor play stuff.
I really want to get my hands on one of those. So again, I don't have a ton of office space. So really like kids that are really motivated by big gross motor stuff, that is a little tough to do in my current setup. But I would really like one of those chairs that is just the seat and it spins and it's like a little bit
Oh, those are so
it's a little
fun.
bit like off.
Yes, and so it keeps
Not
the
off
momentum
center.
going.
Yeah, but
It's a skew.
it's a skew. Yeah, and so they can and it is good for younger kids, but especially like our
Mhm.
friends on the autism spectrum,
Oh,
it's
mhm.
really common to love to just spin around.
Spin.
Love
Yeah.
spinning. And so I think that could be a really fun one.
I do a
But
lot of therapy with kiddos sitting in the spinning chairs like that. It's so
yeah.
much fun.
Yeah, I need things that are hideable too. So like
Mhm.
the spinning chair, I feel like
Mhm.
it's easy enough to kind of
Tuck
sneak
away.
back behind something
Mhm.
because otherwise the kids that are not using the spinning chair are going that's all they'll want to do forever
Yeah.
and we'll never get anything else
No.
done. But, some days are like that and that's
Some days
okay.
are like that.
But you also do need to be strategic about where you keep your
Mhm.
stuff. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I know, I'm trying to think of, like, stuff that because sometimes when I'm looking for new therapy materials, and I'm sure that you've experienced this too, I will have a material that I get a ton of use out of, and it's not what I thought was gonna be,
Yes.
like, a first
Mhm.
string, you know,
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
But, so sometimes it's kind of hard to pick out materials for myself because even with the, like, fake food, I'll be like, "Oh, the kids are gonna love this," and then they
Mhm.
are not interested. They
Right.
don't wanna play with fake food.
Mhm. The Beyblades. I need more Beyblades. I always need more Beyblades. Let me tell you, talk about a first string player.
That was one of the most surprising therapy
Seriously, and it works
ways.
so great for so many different things, even for the kids who we have to, like, drill and kill just due to time. It's still
Mhm.
awesome to, like, still have that fun element and use Beyblades and questions at the same time.
Yeah.
But there's
If
so much
you
I love
did
it.
not grow up watching infomercials in the early 2000s, Beyblades are tops that, like,
Yeah,
have these little, it has a little, like, holder or I don't know
like
what
a
to call it.
launcher. It's like I call
Launch
it this is
Yeah.
not the technical terminology, and I know there's a Beyblades TV show, and I know I'm gonna have a kid one day be like, "That's not what it's called, Miss Collins." But for
There's a
now,
Beyblades TV show?
on Netflix,
Are they,
and
like,
so
sentient
I
top?
don't know, I think it's like a battle, kinda like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon style
Okay,
situation. I
okay.
don't know, I've never watched this. However, I do know that my youngest kids are now like, "Oh, "You have Beyblades?" And I was like, "Hey, how do you know about this?" And
Sorry,
so,
my
they're
phone
starting
is
to
falling off the table.
not no, not the mic again.
Well, I
Um,
was mid coffee sip and it started
that started falling, "You're going down." No, so now I have a lot of kids who are super duper interested in Beyblades now. And I love that because I have a couple. I need some more. I don't know what happened. It was this week too. We were playing Beyblades and one of my kids like accidentally launched it on its side. Oh yeah. Back to what we're saying. There's got this little launcher and then it's got this little key that you stick in that spins the toy and it launches it really, really fast. And it come in 3 parts and sometimes they break apart and it's so fun. Anyways, I had a kid this week rip the Beyblade and it shot the pieces into the air. And I only recovered 2 out of 3 of the pieces, and I think the 3rd piece has now blipped into a different reality. It's gone. I can't find it.
Not on this plane of existence anymore.
She is now a couple dimensions over. Like, somewhere in space, this thing is still moving forward. Like, it's gone.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where it's went. I turned my office upside down. I'm really sad about it because I only have a couple Beyblades, so I need more Beyblades for Christmas.
Yeah. Beyblades were definitely a sleeper hit for us last year. I think our vice principal, was that who it was
Yes,
giving
it
away a
was.
bunch of her kids' old toys and just kind of put them in the break room.
Resource Raccoon win. This was a
Yeah.
Resource Raccoon acquired situation.
We were like, hell yeah, Beyblades. And I teach them so much.
I remember you coming up the stairs and being like, Francie, look.
Yeah.
2 of the like arenas and like 12 Beyblades. And we were like, yes.
It was a good find
awesome.
for sure.
It was awesome. I love them.
This is kind of a niche one, but something I would really like is, so I'm starting up another social skills group in February is when it's set to begin.
That's awesome.
And I have changed up. So I held one of these groups over the summer and I used the popular tabletop role-playing game Dungeons and Dragons to target social language skills and some executive functioning skills too. Because that game is actually really hard. And there's a lot,
there's a lot of moving parts.
There's so many moving parts. So I did that over the summer. And I drew inspiration from Critical Core, which is a tabletop role-playing game specifically designed for this purpose, but I didn't use the game like with fidelity, basically. This time around, however, I am using, it's not a Dungeons and Dragons group, it's Critical Core, so I'm using that entirely. And I made some other kind of bigger changes just to make it, we live and we learn, we make tweaks and adjustments. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm marketing the group now and hoping to get some kids registered obviously before it starts in February. And actually, I would love to get some of those dice rolling towers.
Oh, those are so cool.
Yeah, you put the dice in the top and you just drop it and it like plinkos down these little stair steps that are inside the tower and it like rolls the dice for you. The reason I want that is if you have ever worked with children, you know why I want dice rolling towers. Yeah. Trying to get kids to roll dice is actually crazy.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is a speech rule that has been implemented this year for dice games. If you roll it and you intentionally throw it off the table, whatever it is, -1.
Amazing.
I've started taking points off of dice. If you're going to be goofy with dice, you lose a point.
Yeah.
If it's a genuine accident, I'm not that mean. But if you're like being silly and like throwing it up in the air, whatever it is, -1.
The amount of times I have had to directly teach children how to roll dice because I think they think that what you're supposed to do is throw it. And so I really last year, I was like, I showed them like place the dice in your hand, cover it with your other hand. 1, 2, 3, let go. Like don't chuck it. Like just shake, and then let go onto the table. Because also another thing is that they were rolling the dice so hard that I actually had dice start to break down, like deteriorate.
Oh my gosh.
They would also like stand up and hold the dice up above their head and drop it from a height of like 6 feet. And so they started to break. So I did for that first D&D social group, I did get some dice rolling trays, but those are also really tough for some reason. Like they'll have the tray in front of them and then not roll it in the tray. Like it's really, so I think some of those dice towers,
you need a tower.
It's gonna make my life easier.
And
hopefully we'll cut back on some dice shenanigans because
yikes.
Because yikes. Yeah. So far all we've talked about is like toys.
I was just getting ready to pivot. I want more no glamour language workbooks. I don't use them as worksheets, but I pull the questions from them all the time. And I have language and reasoning. I do not have a grammar book. I have the grammar cards, but I don't have the grammar book. I love, 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 love No Glamour because it is truly not glamorous. And in doing so, I get to spin it my own way and make it fun in a bunch of different other ventures because it is truly not glamorous. And I love the flexibility that that gives me in sessions. So I would love more that target grammar. I did just get their syntax book. Honestly, awesome. Really loving it. They have a sentence structure book. It's been really carrying the team right now. So
Yeah. If you're not familiar with No Glamour, I think they were more popular.
they
kinda
have to be
old.
popular in the 80s and 90s because they still look like they're from the 80s and 90s. I mean,
Yeah.
truly not glamorous.
Yeah. They are these workbooks that I think are mostly geared towards autism treatment. Is
I
that
don't know.
is
They
that
just
what
say
they're
like they just have ages like school age and up, and they are truly they're made by Weber. I usually buy them through Super Duper,
Yeah.
and so or I think it's Weber. Regardless, I buy them through Super Duper.
Mhm.
And I don't know if they're geared specifically towards autism. So I'm sure their pragmatic stuff is, but their true language stuff is just open ended. Here's tons of things to work on. Here's WH questions. Here's categories. Here's inferences. Here's, whatever, predicting, sequencing, so on. In the most like plain spelled out, here's the questions, answer the questions way.
Yeah. Which honestly, sometimes that is really nice. And I think that we as therapists have a tendency to overcomplicate things or to honestly, and I don't know if this is going to be like a hot take or not, but I think sometimes we try to embed too much into play. Like we're like, okay, we're going to do play-based all the way. And I love play-based therapy for sure. But there are some times when like it is appropriate to whip out a worksheet,
Mhm.
And No Glamour has a lot of truly just like brass tacks,
Mhm.
grammar and sentence structure,
Yeah.
vocab, that kind of thing.
If you're working on those things, specifically with my older children who I'm like, we got to know this for school and we're in a school-based
Yeah.
setting. Sometimes it is nice to just whip out a like, here's a true grammar lesson and here's the
Mhm.
way that we're going to target this. And that has been really helpful.
And I think that you have to do that
Yeah.
sometimes because kids that if they haven't learned it through being exposed to it, and if they haven't learned it by hearing it, then what makes you think that just exposing them to it,
Mhm.
and these are especially older kids, what
Mhm.
makes you think that like just exposing them to the
Yeah.
concept over and over is going to teach it?
Specifically my older kids with DLD. Like
Mhm.
that is the population that I'm like, we got to like sit down and not
Yep.
drill and kill, but definitely like we have to do explicit teaching on these topics and skills. And I love No Glamour for that.
Yeah. I do love the Bajorum speech cards. Those are
Mhm.
great. I have the
They are
big
great.
box, so I
I wish
use
I had the big box. I just have the
cues.
little ones.
Yeah, the big sound cues are really nice. I like them for auditory discrimination too, putting
Mhm.
like the errored sound and the target sound next to each other and making that a little bit more salient without adding orthography on top of it, without adding like written sounds,
Mhm.
So that's nice. They have several card sets that I am really interested in.
Oh, yeah.
And I know they are very very popular in SLP world. We love Bajorum speech.
This exists somewhere probably, but one thing that is also like more admin side of SLP, I need a cycles approach worksheet tracker situation. I am actually for the first time in my SLP career implementing a true cycles approach, like true cycles approach. Um, and I'm doing okay. I've got a like a spreadsheet that I'm using to like help track each session. I need like a lesson plan that's already created for me for cycles for different phonological processes because I'm so tired.
Yeah. You're like, do I really have to put this together again?
And I lose track and I'm like, what am I doing? Because we've got a couple different phonological processes on board that I'm like,
Whoa. Bajorum. Okay, hang on. Now I'm on the Bajorum website.
Are you talking about a speech cruise? Because that's also on my Christmas list.
Oh, okay. Wait, talk about the speech cruise for a second because I
I want to
would
go.
love.
I want to go on a speech cruise so bad. Bajorum does like a week-long Caribbean cruise, and it's just CEUs on a boat, and I want to go so bad.
CEUs on a boat. Okay, they have a 20-sided die, like for like for Dungeons and Dragons
What?
on the Bajorum website.
Jenny Bajorum, what are you doing, girl?
It's purple and blue, and
Yeah.
it's giant. It's one of the like big
That's
ones that's like fits in the
awesome.
palm of your hand.
That's so cool.
Maybe I should buy one of those. It's only $15, and dice tend to be really
That's
expensive.
not bad. Dice can get expensive.
Dice are weirdly expensive. I understand for when people make them from home and do the whole like pressure
Craftsman, yeah.
resin situation, and when they're like really beautiful and artisan. I understand when those dice sets are like $50 or $60. But if it's something that I'm like, I know that this was just mass produced in a factory, why is this one singular D20 $30? I don't understand.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Bajorum. I love that.
That's interesting. Maybe I'll have to buy that one.
Mm-hmm.
I also like, they have some action photo cards on their website that would be really great because a lot of at the school that we used to work at, a lot of our materials were really old. And so it would be nice to have some like updated, kind of fresh looking picture cards for things.
We had a rotary phone. Like I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Or like the big box TVs. And the kids were like, what is this? A relic? And I'm like, yeah. Why is this like this?
or just they simply looked like they were from the 90s because they were like the pictures of the kids would be in like 90s dress, you know, like very just dated. They also have a Speech Tree minis, Bajorum mini set. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Bajorum, sponsor us, actually, because we love your stuff. And what I also really like about Bajorum is that they are really intentional about inclusivity and diversity in their materials too, which I really love. Because we don't just work with one type of kid. We work with all types of kids. And it is a bummer if your materials don't reflect that.
Truly.
So,
yeah. More Christmas things, more clothes from PlaySpark. I would love. I did just buy some of their recent clothes from their recent drop because I love their Education is for All shirt.
Me too.
I love everything they do.
I literally messaged them, like swiped up on the story because I was like, this is bad for my wallet, guys. And it is actually not in the budget right now for me to buy 3 or 4 of their t-shirts.
I love their stuff.
Yes. I had a dream about the other night about PlaySpark because PlaySpark's website, and I actually went back to check because I was like, was that a dream or was it real? And even now I'm not sure. It's so ridiculous that it had to have been a dream. But in the dream, I was scrolling through PlaySpark's website, and you know how what is the SLP's name? Serena of PlaySpark. She has those fabulous blue glasses.
Fabulous glasses, yes.
They are these like bright blue, round, like plastic frame, kind of translucent plastic frame glasses. So cute, so creative and fun looking. And I had in the dream on their website, they were selling like Serena's glasses.
You're like, you know what? I do actually need whatever she's wearing right now. I love those glasses.
And the description was like match with Serena or something. And so
that's so fun.
It was a really realistic dream. But I don't know. PlaySpark,
I think we just found we just found our clip for Instagram.
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I also do really like her glasses. They're fabulous.
Love them. They're fabulous. Oh, I love most of what they all of what they do. Truly, I love what they stand for. I love their advocacy stuff. They had like some PDF advocacy posters that I printed off and put in my office. I love them.
Yeah. PlaySpark. Ooh, Peachy Speechy's Mini Mouths.
Minnie Mouse. We talked about this a little bit last time.
I was just gonna say we talked about these on our After Dark episode, which should be out by the time this one airs. But yeah, I really like the tiny ones that are colorful.
I will give you the tiny ones.
Those
I don't mind. There's also like one giant one that I'm like, okay.
I know you don't like the
ones.
tongue puppet.
The puppet ones. No.
The tongue puppet is a little bit. That one's kind of tough.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I get that. We should. Speaking of SLP Christmas list, which is what we've been speaking of, I started this Google Meet with you when we jumped on to record by showing you a 12 days of speech AI generated speech therapy Christmas themed shirt on Etsy that is hilarious. And I will post it on our Instagram later I'll post it on our Instagram. I'm probably going to do it today, which is way before this episode is going to come out. But if you're listening, go look on our Instagram and scroll back a little bit because it is hilarious, but it is a visual joke only. So I'm not going to try and describe it on this audio format. But yeah, the AI slop has taken over, I fear, on Etsy a little bit, which is sad, but
it's so funny.
Yeah, it leads to some funny stuff. If you're looking for speech therapy shirts that are not AI slop, may I recommend PlaySpark? Peachy Speechy also has some cute shirts, and speaking of semantics, has some really cute ones too. 100% guaranteed to not be. I don't know if they use AI to design, but it's at least not AI slop. That's for sure.
That is valid.
It's not garbage. But yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Any other last Christmas wish list items?
This is a spoiler. I'll bleep this out. But spoiler, I almost got you a wine glass that says only hot bitches are speech language pathologists.
Yes.
I did not get you that for Christmas this year.
That's really funny.
Maybe we could get a matching set of those glasses.
Those can be our glasses for
those will be our
After Dark episodes.
Glasses. Yeah.
Yeah. I do use, this is a previous gift that Maggie got me, which was a cookie theft picture mug. Yeah. I love that. That's my work mug.
That was from Speaking of Semantics.
Love them.
Yeah. And it says like it's the mom standing next to the sink that's overflowing from the cookie theft picture, right? And it says like, what does it say?
Like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it's so relatable.
Oh man, I feel like her most days.
Same. All right. Well, I hope that Santa gets us everything on our.
I hope Santa brings us everything that we have just talked about.
Our speech
And maybe it gave you some gift guides or some interesting things to add to your Christmas lists out there. So.
Or if you have a lovely SLP in your life that works with kids, I'm sure they would also probably like the stuff that we just talked about. Except for the really random, like the really niche, like a shoe organizer that I'm definitely going to get for my wardrobe at work.
You might have an SLP out there who needs more organization. Hey.
You might. But yeah, this has been fun and definitely has me in a shopping mood. Too bad Black Friday has already happened, but that's okay. This has been Tell Me About It. We are available on YouTube, Spotify, and you can follow us on Instagram at Tell Me About It SLP. And we will see you next time. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yay. Bye.